Hey y'all, this is Mike with Raider Dog Ranch. Today we're going to be upgrading the light here in our master closet with one of these recessed light kits. Today we have the traditional little globe bulb, and we're going to give it a more current look with the recessed light. Not only will a LED recessed light look more modern in the house, the LEDs will be more efficient and save us a little bit of money. Granted, closet lights don't stay on very much, but as we replace those all through the house, we hopefully will see some power bills reduce and maybe not have to replace bulbs every 6 months. Hopefully this will also add some more light to the room. You can see the package says this is a replacement for a 60-watt bulb, and it says it's 650 lumens. I don't know how that translates, and I don't have a light meter. I'd like to measure it, but I don't have a light meter. I'll just have to tell you, and you'll have to trust me. But before we get into it, go ahead and smash that like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell. Hey, look, if you don't like the video, that's okay. You can unlike it in the beginning. You can even dislike it if you want, but I'm really a growing, struggling channel. I really need the subscriptions. The tools we're going to need for this project is a screwdriver with multiple bits or multiple screwdrivers, a wall saw, and a voltage tester. First thing we're going to do is take this globe off. If you are not familiar with this, you know what? Maybe you shouldn't be doing this if you're not familiar with this. This is pretty basic. Just take these screws off. This will come out and the bulb will be underneath it. Next, you're going to need a Phillips screwdriver to loosen these two screws and get access to the wires. Before you do that, make sure you have the power off in the closet. That could be a switch that cuts power, but you always want to verify the power is off when the switch is off. By the way, I've got an extra light here. You will notice because, of course, closets are dark. And it's not going to be easy to see in here if you do not have an extra light to help you. You can use a tool like this. You can pick these up pretty cheap if you don't use them often, but if you do, you might want to buy a better quality, like a Klein tools. So I've got the switch on now. All right, that tells me it's hot. So there is power now. Now I'm going to go turn the switch off and make sure I do not get that same response with the switch off. Always make sure you test these against a known good switch. You can go to an outlet or to another light that you know is on, but you want to make sure that this works before you start to use it. Because obviously if the batteries are dead in this, then they're going to give you a false positive and you could electrocute yourself. All right, now the switch is turned off. We're going to push the button and see. Now we're getting nothing, so it is dead. Okay, now I've got the light base removed. Notice I took these wire nuts off, obviously, to get the old housing off, but I put them back on because I'm going to have to take this entire housing out of here to mount the new light. I'm also going to have to cut a bigger circle around this. So there's some work to be done. Why not go ahead and cap those off just in case they get energized? I did not choose to go and shut down the breaker. That's always the best case scenario, is to shut your breaker off. But in this case, I've only got the switch turned off. So just to be safe, I'm going to leave the caps on these. You can see I took the provided template here and laid that on the outside. Drew the circle, and we're going to need a hole saw to saw that out. Sometimes when you use a hole saw, it will make a mess, so plan on cleaning up or putting some plastic down before you start. It does create a lot of dust. And then once we have that out, we'll see how to get that box out. It's fixed. This side is loose, but this side is fixed. So we'll see how it's fastened in there. The wall saw worked until we got about right here. I'm assuming there's a 2x4 running this way, and that's why it's fixed to this side, although I don't see a nail in here. Haven't figured that out yet, but what I'm going to do is take a multi-tool. Grab that while I got the camera. So the multi-tool is just going to vibrate back and forth. If you don't have one of these, you can keep working with a saw, but it's not going to be as easy. This is going to get me through without going all the way through the wood. All right, so you can see I just took that multi-tool and saw little chunks out of that. It came right out as suspected. There is a board right there, and it's nailed in. Nails come in this way. So there you can see this nail here, which we're probably gonna have to saw out, or I can break this one on this side too. So I was hoping that was screwed up into a board, but it's not. It's nailed into this 2x4. So we'll figure out how to get that out. So it looks like I'm gonna have to take the wire nuts off to get the wires through there. Again, I'm gonna verify that those wires are not hot. So we're gonna go black to black, white to white, and the green is the ground. Oh man, we should have gone through these holes. Unless I'm going to leave that box off. Get these all tucked in there. Get this little cover back on. Okay, that's good. And that's what we're going to look like. We'll go ahead and test it, make sure it works. Good news, it works. So these little tabs are going to help hold it flush against the sheetrock. And this little gasket, I guess, will hold it. Keep all the mice from coming in? I don't know. There we go. There is the after shot. I do think it is brighter in here. Like I said, I don't have a light meter, but maybe even just not having the globe around the light helps with getting the light directly down. It hits all the way around the edges, and obviously down to the floor, all the trash I created in this project. You can see a lot of the dust. Like I say, if you're worried about dust, drywall does make a lot of dust when you saw it. So you could have a vacuum. If you got a friend or someone who can help you, you can have a vacuum up there sucking it as soon as you cut it, but I didn't. So you have to clean up afterwards. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. It's exactly what I expected it to be. It's a nice modern flush mount. It looks a lot better, and it does give more room or more light to this room. So if you enjoyed this video and you didn't do it in the beginning, please smash that like button. If you want to see more content from do-it-yourself, home projects, tool reviews, things like that, that's mostly what I cover on this channel, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can be notified as soon as the videos come out. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.